You're listening to Weight Loss for Life Coaches, Episode 3, with certified life and weight loss coach, Paige Bowman.
Welcome to Weight Loss for Life Coaches, the weekly podcast for coaches who are growing their coaching business and on their weight loss journey. Each week, we'll be tackling why weight loss feels hard and how to make hitting your weight loss goal the simplest thing you do all day. Hello, and welcome to episode 3 of the podcast. Today, we're talking about how to pick your weight loss goal. In episode 1, we talked about what is simple weight loss. In episode 2, we talked about how to do both, build your business, and lose weight. Now we're talking about choosing your weight loss goal to go after. I love this part. Dreaming and thinking about who I'm becoming. It's not just about the goal. It's who we'll be and what our lives will be like at the end and on the way. And doing the work of having our own back ahead of time. It's so good. And even if you have a weight loss goal, this episode will still be valuable to listen to and apply to what you're working towards right now. So hear me out, apply what we're going to talk about to your goal, and let it be something that helps you confirm what you're already doing or change if you want to by the end of the episode. First, know your why. The why of even going on a weight loss journey. This will help you direct you as you pick a number. Your why is so important. It's who you're becoming because you've gone on this journey. And not just because you hit your weight loss goal, but because who you became on the way. The things you stopped believing about yourself and your body and about food. It's the things you started telling yourself and believing about your body and food and your ability to handle any emotion. It's never just about hitting a number on the scale. It's about who you want to become on the way and when you get there. I would never tell someone to just pick a number to go after just because it sounds good. I want you to know your why first. It's important to love your reasons why you're even losing weight to then inform your actual goal. And by the way, it's okay to have a number goal. And I'm talking about the number you see on the scale. I love helping my clients work through the BS that culture and society has told us about the number on the scale. It's one of my favorite things to work on. Breaking the ties between the number and your worth is worth the 6 months of working together on its own. It's also okay to not have a number goal. You can still work through old beliefs and stories around food in your body without a number goal. If it's not a number, you can still set an endpoint. So for example, how will you know your mindset has changed around food and your body? What would that look like at the end of your journey? One of my clients' goals was to have better emotion management. She wanted to know that she could handle any emotion in any situation and have that belief in herself. So we used allowing urges and processing emotions, 2 skills that I talked about in episode 2, to work through having better emotion management. And we let that be our data point and our end goal. You could also ask, what would it look like a year from now to have a different set of beliefs around food and my body? Even if you didn't change your weight or change your body, you could still ask, what would it be like if I thought differently about my body, even if it never changed? That would be a beautiful journey to go on. If you go back and listen to episode 2, I talk about the skills you work on in your simple weight loss journey and how beneficial those are in your business. And that in and of itself could be your reason to go on this journey. So your goal might be more related to the specific skills than actually losing weight. Only you know what's best for you. It's also important to know your why because when the going gets tough, your why and your commitment to your why will help you keep going. Now, go pick a number. What weight do you want to be at for the next couple of years or decade? This isn't permanent by all means, but it is useful as a thought finder. And what I mean by thought finder is Have you heard of the Rorschach blot test? I think it's what it's called. My psychology degree was a long time ago. But it's this idea of, I say a color like yellow, and you tell me all the things that come up in your mind when you hear that color. So when you see the number on the scale or you think about the number, it could be a thought finder and help you find all the things you'll be thinking when you see that number. You can ask yourself some powerful questions. It's question time of the podcast. So when you think about that number that you set as a goal, you could ask, what will life be like when I'm at this weight? What will be different? What will be different about my body, the way I eat and the foods I eat? What will be different about my movement, my health? What kinds of things do I keep doing, do more of, stop doing, do less of? So you can see how picking a number after you've chosen your why and then asking these powerful questions, how that number is a thought finder. These kinds of questions and answers paired with your why will help you decide, confirm, or change your goal. So when you do this exercise of knowing your why, really stating your reasons to go on this weight loss journey and loving those reasons, taking your weight loss goal, and then using the powerful questions and your answers to see what will be different about your life, then go back and check on the goal. Do you still like the number? Let this be fluid in the beginning. I never rush my clients to pick a goal. We check back in on their goal. Sometimes we pause it. Sometimes we change it. Sometimes we update what we think life will be like as we grow and change in the now. And if you already have a goal, why did you pick that number? And again, use these questions I asked earlier to confirm or change your goal. Now, why weight? Why do I focus on the number on the scale or weight as a goal? I think weight loss is a lot like having a money or a client goal in our coaching business. And I'm talking to life coaches, so I know y'all will get this. It's a possible measurement of growth. For example, I'm losing 5 pounds right now because I'm mastering 2 things. One is trusting my body and doing some deep undoing about some beliefs I have about my body and putting this newfound trust in my body into action with the second thing, the skill of using the 3 super simple steps, making a decision ahead of time, writing it down and honoring my decision to be the thing I'm working on. And the data, such as the number on the scale, lets me know how I'm progressing as I work on this skill. It helps me see when I'm self-sabotaging because, again, I'm working on trusting my body. There have been times in the past where I saw the number go down and I totally didn't trust my body and I overate for fear that something had gone wrong. So this container of losing 5 pounds is helping me see that the number can go down. I can trust my body. And it's offering me the ability to work on trusting my body and then acting on that trust by following my food plan every day. And every day I get to celebrate my work, see that I really am trusting my body or where I'm not yet, and I get to make tweaks. You can follow me real time on this journey right now. If you're listening in January, I'm sharing with you my daily food plan, the things that are working and the things that aren't working as I'm working on this goal of losing 5 pounds and really learning to trust my body. You can see this on my stories on Instagram at Life Coach Paige B. Check me out every day during the week and see what I'm working on. Remember, we never use a goal or a piece of data like weight as a reason to judge, criticize, or shame ourselves. Hear me. Let me say it again. We never use a goal or a piece of data to judge, criticize, or shame ourselves. There's zero reason for it. It makes the journey not fun. And it's a sign we've lost sight of why we're going on this journey in the first place. Go back to your why. Was it to judge yourself more often? No, I didn't think so. So don't use the number on the scale or the goal to then go judge yourself. In fact, this is a huge piece of growth for a lot of us in the beginning. So it's a possible measurement of growth. That's why I like to use weight as a goal. It's also useful to help you see what's going on in your brain and understand the relationship between the body and food. We create our results in our lives with our thoughts, because our thoughts create our feelings, and then we act on those, and then boom, we've got our results. And in this case, we're talking about weight. One reason I like to use weight is to help us understand the relationship between our brain and our body, right? What we're thinking about and then what we do about it, and the relationship between food and our body. A side note, this is not a nutritional podcast. However, it's still so good to know and to get to know the body, and data such as weight and food are useful on this journey. And I highly recommend getting to know the relationship between your body and food on this simple weight loss journey. So for example, a client of mine recently is going on this journey of learning more about food and her body. She's writing down her hunger before she eats, what she eats, and then her fullness levels afterwards. And it's really helping her understand the relationship between her body and food, which is also building up this relationship between her brain and her body. And it's a beautiful thing. And again, it gives us a chance to work through anything that keeps us from seeing the data as data. We are scientists on this journey. We're experimenting. Like I said in the first episode, we're picking one, maybe two things, and we're guessing that that's what it will take to lose the next 5 pounds. And then we go on the journey, we evaluate, and we celebrate. We implement those changes from that evaluation, and then we keep going. From this scientist experiment mindset, you can see how useful it is to have data such as what you're eating, what your hunger levels are, and what your weight is without any added judgment or criticism on top of the data. Again, it's similar to a money goal that we set for many reasons, one of which is to grow and let it be a possible measurement of growth. And another reason may be to understand the relationship between putting value out in the world and then receiving that value back in money. But it's never to make ourselves wrong the entire time we go for it. Another reason I love picking a weight loss goal and that number being a thought finder is it helps me to think about who I'm becoming. Using myself as an example here, this next 5 pounds is a goal I set as a container to work on becoming someone who trusts her body. I have the fear, this belief that I can't trust my body. I've made a big part of my relationship with my body a brain thing, rather than believing my body knows what it needs and will tell me every time. So the goal is a thought finder of who I'm becoming and is a container for me to work on that. Now let's talk about long-term goals versus short-term goals for a minute. Another powerful question. Where do I want to be in 3 years? And what goal can I work on in the next quarter on the way to that end point? We're dreaming and thinking about what will be different and who you're becoming. And then we're bringing it to the now by picking 1 to 2 things to keep it simple. You can also keep in mind where you are in your business when picking a goal. This is how you can easily do both. I lost 25 pounds, 5 pounds at a time, and I've loved that slowly but surely journey. I've lost weight fast in the past, and I just didn't have the desire to do so again. So it just worked beautifully to pick 1 to 2 things to work on, 5 pounds at a time, while I grew my coaching business. All while becoming the person who had a different and beautiful relationship with food, her body, and herself. My clients love picking these long-term goals to dream about and to imagine who they're becoming, and then picking the 1 to 2 changes they want to start making in the now. And again, what if you don't want to lose weight, but still want to work on your emotional eating journey? Use everything we talked about in this episode. Know your why. Know why you want to go on this journey and make these changes. Dream about what that end result will look like in 3 years. And then take a look at 1 to 2 changes you want to start making this quarter or right now. Y'all, this is so similar to how I do my business and what my business coach teaches me, and it's not a coincidence. Remember, we have one brain, and if how you do things in your business works well, then by all means, transfer it to your weight loss journey. I've actually used my calm and ease around weight loss to help me slow down and stop hustling in my business. It's that beautiful reciprocal relationship I love so much between growing your business and working on your weight loss journey. That's it, folks. That's how you pick your weight loss goal or non-number goal. Know your why, dream, and let it be a thought finder. And then use your end dream and results to help you pick a short-term goal for right now. And don't forget those powerful questions I offered earlier to help you understand more about what you're wanting to change and or stay the same on this journey, and to figure out who you want to become on the journey. If you love this episode, write us a review and leave it wherever you listen to podcasts, and share it with others who are wanting to lose weight the simple way. You can learn more about simple weight loss and goal setting on my Instagram at lifecoachpageb or at pagewoman.com. See y'all next week.